on game. Talking about the beauty and the struggle and the pain. Speaking on adversities and gain along the way. Showing real love and uplifting names. On game, let me put you on game. Talking about the beauty and the struggle and the pain. Speaking on adversities and gain along the way. Showing real love and uplifting names. On game, let me put you on game. Let me put you on game. Let me put you on game.
Let me introduce you to the dopest. Your best friends know it, keep the camera lens focused. Atlanta being noticed, we the coldest in a minute. Time is how you spend it, just make sure you pay attention. From my city to your city, coming strong might put you on something you ain't seen before. Like homie, you ain't know the kings and queens that bring the things that make you know. Round of applause, I'm on my job, no clocking out. So tell me, what is you talking about? See me on your TV, probably smiling like I'm about to take a picture. Spending money all type of ways, cause God knows you can't take it with you. Let me hit you with the fast, dog. I ain't staying where I'm at, dog. I'm out here like a logo, man, I put that on everything. Big wings, I carry dreams, ain't got time to just maintain. Succeed, my last name, guaranteed I keep it swing. Standing on business, the Lord is my witness, I promise that won't ever change. Just let me do my thing, and I bet I put you
Let
on
me
game.
put you on game. Talking about the beauty and the struggle and the pain. Speaking on adversities and gain along the way. Showing real love and uplifting names. On game, let me put you on game. Talking about the beauty and the struggle and the pain. Speaking on adversities and gain along the way. Showing real love and uplifting names. On game, let me put you on game. Let me put you on game. Let me put you on game.
How you doing? How you doing, man? We're back with another episode of Put You On Game. Man, I have another special guest with me. She's an artist. She's a songwriter. I got that girl, JANDE.
JANDE, it was good. It was there. It was there. It was there. It was there. No, you was in the vicinity. You got it.
Ooh, no, that's just a cute name, though.
I appreciate it.
That's really cute. I like that name. I really do.
My dad was trying to be fancy, so he was like, "Let's make us something that's not American, so it's Liberian." So he put out one of them books and stuff. So trying to be fancy. So yeah, that's where we get it from.
So what do it mean?
So I had like two people tell me two different meanings. So somebody was like a little bit of hope, and then somebody else was like, no, don't say goodbye. So either way, like whatever you leaning towards, just depend on the day, which one I decide to use.
How you doing today, man? How you doing today on this Thursday, man? How you
I'm
doing?
doing good. It feels good outside.
It
You know, it's
does,
been
it
a little
does.
chilly, so it feels nice, sunny outside. What about you?
It feels pretty good. It's been okay. You know, I went to just came from work and came straight home here to do this episode. Get in with you, man. So like, what are some of your goals like you hoping to accomplish this year?
Oh well, we're dropping new music.
Okay then.
We're dropping new music, so that is a goal in itself because it takes a lot to drop new music. So I just want to put out some singles with some dope visuals this year. So that's one goal. Some more placements, some more dope artists to work with, and just more doors. You know what I'm saying? More opportunities, more doors, and just more bread. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of that to come together, and just also just to be in rooms to where my music can help in different ways as well, and like get in that type of way too.
I like that. So do you like making the record or performing the record better?
Oh man, for sure, I love performing a record. Oh man, and I feel
Everybody
like
say that.
I feel like it's usually opposite. Everybody that I know is like, oh, I love being in the studio. Like it's just me.
Damn,
Whereas
for real?
I'd be like, put me on the stage. I have the arrangement already in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I want it to sound already.
Mhm.
I love performing it versus having to record it, but you gotta do that first.
Cause most people I know is on the same page as you. They like performing the record, not making it. I found that my first person last episode that she said she like making the record
Like
better.
making the record better.
Because she gets anxiety and stuff like that.
On stage, yeah, I'd be like that for sure.
So that's what she said. I was like, yeah, like making the record. So how do you know which songs to pick to perform?
Them numbers. So whatever the numbers is like, okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like, okay, people rocking with this record. So like, of course, the audience, like I want to do what, like the audience, one of my day ones, I call them my day ones, you know what I'm saying? Like what they like to hear, but also sometimes what feels good. I enjoy just performing a record that feels good. And then sometimes it just depends on the event. Like you got to consider like, what kind of event is it? Like if it's an event for kids, I'm not gonna perform like my record on God where it got a little some words in there and some things in there. So I just think it depends on the event, like what are we trying to get across, and like or what just feels good, honestly.
All right. I like that, man. I like that. So take us back to the beginning. Where you from?
All right. Well, hey y'all, JANDE. I'm from the east side. So like,
east side. Okay.
I ain't gonna not claim it, but I'm gonna be like Stone Mountain, Lithonia area, because you know people be like, what east side? Like Atlanta east side. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm trying to get you, trying to politic you.
That's not Atlanta, you know, right. But no, I'm from the east side. I started singing in church. I always say that like my dad can whistle really well. Can't sing with nothing, but that man can whistle up a storm. So I feel like that's when I just first started hearing like music, and then my parents like old school in church. I feel like everybody like from my generation, like I'm old, but like we kind of were raised in church, and that kind of is what got me started. And then I just, you know, in school I started singing. Then I went to performing arts school, performing arts middle school, performing arts high school, and I just kind of stayed in it.
Okay.
Except when I went to college, but when I went to school.
Oh, so you did go to college?
Let me tell you, go Noles. I went to the Florida State.
Okay then.
The Florida State University.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
I like
Love
that.
it there. Yep.
Claim it.
I'm gonna claim my school. They gave me 2 free degrees. I'm gonna talk about my school. Yeah. So I appreciate it. I went to Florida State University.
Okay. How was the experience like for you?
Well, I was a student athlete.
Okay.
So like it was.
What you do?
I ran track.
You ran track?
I ran
You look
track.
fast.
I look fast.
You still fast?
I still embarrass some kids. I'll embarrass some kids and some grown folks. Still. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because you know they be like, "Well, you used to be fast, and you old now," and I be like, "Whoa." Like pull back, and I still embarrass you. Yeah, I embarrass. Anybody could get some smoke, but no, school was cool. Like just being a student athlete is just, it taught me how to balance and how to be disciplined. And I think being an artist and really caring about your craft, you have to be disciplined. Like if you're trying to do real shows, because I'm putting on hour, 2 hour, 3 hour shows, you got to be in shape. If you want to make it, and if you want to be healthy, like you gotta be in shape. And then it's like it's long hours. So I'm used to waking up at 6 a.m. and having to go to class. Then you got weights. Then you got practice. Then you got tutoring. And then you got to do it all over again. Then you got to travel and keep up with your work. And my parents didn't play about grades, you know. So it was like it taught me discipline. And it was cool getting free gear, getting free stuff, getting Nike shoes, Nike gear, traveling a lot. So I enjoyed it.
That's good, man, because I preach about this. I preach a lot about college on this podcast too, because I always talk about, you know, I push people to find their passion and purpose in life instead of taking a traditional route. Because a lot of us, some of us, you know, or I don't want to say forced to, but kind of in a sense, we just feel like that's just the right way to go, because everybody's telling you to go there in school, your parents. A lot of times, everybody's kind of pushing you in the direction. The people that you hang around are going in that direction. So, you know, you just kind of feel like this is the right way to go. And I push people to like find what you love to do.
If it don't make sense,
yes.
I'm a firm believer. If it don't make sense, I feel like don't spend. And I know I'm saying, but I was fortunate enough to get a full scholarship.
Right, that's good.
So that's from that perspective. But I'm saying if it don't make sense, I feel like there's trades out here that are making so much money. Like there's techs, like all of those things that aren't as expensive, but like you can get what you need to get. So
Or
I'm
you can
like,
invest in yourself.
invest in yourself. That's too like that's a thing too. So I'm not opposed to school because I mean, once you get education, nobody can take education away from you. But if it does not make sense, like then it's not mandatory.
Exactly.
For sure.
And that's how I'm trying to tell people, man. 'Cause a lot of us go there, we get in debt, be paying out. I know teachers, professors, still paying on student loan debt for real. That shit's real out here, and I be trying to tell people, man, hey, don't go there because you think it's the right thing to do. Figure out what you love to do and do that. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how you can monetize that because you'll never get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I push people to do.
I feel you. The one thing that college does do, you get to network.
That's
Another. It's a group of people that you probably would have never met,
Mm-hmm.
and you never know who you're meeting when you're there. So that is one thing I say that with going to college or university that you get to network and you meet people, and because fortunately I had family right across the tracks too, so I got a little bit of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? So like,
and you build work ethic too.
Yeah.
You build strong work ethic too. Like I said, if you went to college and you graduated, you can really run a business.
Yeah.
Because college, you know what I'm saying, you have to dedicate. You got to make time for it. You got to study.
You have to make the decision to do it too.
You got to be disciplined. So if you apply the same tool that you apply with college, you can run a business.
Good.
You can do this. So it helps you in that. It helps you in that light too. There are some pros to it too. You know, of course, but I just always tell people, man, I just want people to find their passion and purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I want people to be happy. You know, that's just me, you know, man. So let's get into it. So when did your love for music first take place?
I feel like when I was in church, I feel like it just felt comfortable for me. Like there's a lot of places where I just don't feel comfortable. And I feel like I just always felt comfortable. Even when I was nervous, I felt comfortable being like, it's cool, you know, if you're nervous at home, it's cool versus being nervous in a place that you're unfamiliar with. So I always just felt home on stage, and like that was always like a safe haven for me. So I guess since I was like in elementary school, it was like, hey, you know, I'm the nerdy girl that be the skinny nerdy girl, but I can sing. And, you know, I'm fast too, but like that was just like you know, I'm fast, but that was always just kind of like my comfort zone and my comfort space for me. So like middle school and like throughout church, that kind of is when I was like, I love music.
I like that. So but when did you gain the confidence that you could actually sing? Because a lot of us think we can sing. Some of us sing in the shower and shit. You know, damn well we can't blow it all.
We shower singers out here.
Can't blow it all.
They be singing though.
You know what I'm saying? We think we be singing.
They be sounding
so
good.
It's like, for you, like, when did you realize, like, okay, I can really sing. Like, I can do this shit for real.
It was when I was in programs. When they started putting me in programs and stuff like that. You know, because they ain't gonna have you up there. Even though I don't care if you 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I felt like when they started putting me in programs and like my peers were like, yeah, you be singing, because you know, people, especially black folk, we gonna tell you. We gonna tell you that's true. We gonna tell you if it don't. Like, of all people, like us, we gonna let you know, like, that wasn't it, sis. Like, that wasn't the one.
Especially your family, boy.
Especially in your family. Your family will too, but it be kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Kids. So it's like, you know, when you're that age, it's like kids will let you know. So once you get around that 8, 9, 10, 12, like middle school, high, elementary, they let you know, like, or you'll hear about it. And so, like, I felt like once everybody was kind of like, yeah, this is something you should do, or like, this is something, like, or you sound good, or we want you to sing here, we want you to do this. That's when I was like, oh, great, we might be on to something. So, like, yeah, that's when that pretty much started. I felt like this is where I could see myself doing this long term.
You know, they say that there's 3 people that can always tell you the truth: kids, drunk people, and people when they're angry.
And people when they're angry.
Because when you're angry, people always say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was mad."
No,
you meant what you said,
you didn't mean to
but
say
you didn't mean to say it so harsh.
You meant it.
You meant what you said. Because when I get mad, I mean what I say. You know, if I apologize for the way it came out. I didn't mean to chump you off like that or for it to come out.
But I meant it.
But I meant what I said. What I said was true.
I think you trash. I shouldn't have said you was trash. But I'm sorry.
It was harsh.
Yeah, for sure. I got you.
So those 3 people that is gonna always tell you the truth for sure. So what are some of your biggest challenges you faced so far?
Okay, so I guess so being transparent, generally, like we're like talking now, but in general, I'm very like I like to be at the crib. Like unless I'm working, like in like a show or like
Just like me.
networking, I like to be at home.
Me too.
I don't really like to. I don't like to have to overly sell myself, and I feel like I like one thing I'd be like to know me is to love me, but sometimes you can't just go off of like you just get to know me like as an artist you kind of have to like sell yourself like quick and like market yourself, and sometimes I struggle with being like okay like we gotta muster up, we gotta talk to people, we gotta like show people us before they get to know us. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's where I struggle personally. And then just being an independent artist, like you have support, but you don't have the support of, a label. So it's like sometimes it's like, whew, man, it's a lot of stuff. And we're doing a lot of it. Like, of course you have like friends and family, but you're doing a lot of it like by yourself. And so those are really like the two challenges that are kind of like.
So like, do you want to get signed?
If it makes sense. I'm not going to be one of them independent artists that like, I want to stay independent. I don't need, like, nah, if the money and the percentages and what they're offering makes sense, I might say, I'm like, yeah.
That machine helps. I think Benny the Butcher just signed with Def Jam, I think. And, he talked about, how, of course he had a lot of success being independent, but he signed a major deal because having that machine behind you helps.
It's different.
It's
different.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
different.
Because you may be independent, you may can just stay right here in a certain area. But if you got that machine behind you, can go everywhere, overseas.
People,
You can go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he said he really signed his deal. Because I'm popular, I'm known. You know what I'm saying? I got music that people kind of like. I have my own fan base, but I'm trying to grow.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to grow, sometimes you got to take that deal. So I like that for sure, man. So if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
I ain't trying to shoot myself in the foot. I just would. I feel like we don't do artists like what's the word I'm looking for? Where we like used to take artists and like artist development. I feel like nowadays everything has to be already pre-made, or it's like, oh, they have a lot of followers, which I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it, but it's like, okay, they have a lot of followers, but like, does that make them good artists? Or you know what I'm saying? Or like, just like, or like, it's somebody that's very talented, but we don't want to take the time out to invest in them. It's like, we want everything. We want you to already have the followers. We want you to already have this. We want you to already have that. And I feel like that's what's taken away from like longevity artists. And so that's one thing that I feel like if we could get back into that bag, I think the industry would look a little different than it is. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because it's the same industry that I'm working my way and like trying to remain in and get deeper in, but I do think it could just be, it would elevate a little bit in that way if we did artist development and took time to develop artists and didn't base talent off of
popularity.
Followers. Yeah, for popularity,
because
for sure.
Here's the thing. Here's why it's really like that. Because now everything, so much money, social media, everything, this new generation, right? So for me as a business person, right? If I'm a business person, you know what I'm saying? You got the talent. You're talented. And this other person, they got the people that's following them. You know what I'm saying? They got a little talent, but we can work our way around that. You know what I'm saying? We can work our way around that. As long as but this person got to follow me. So I'm thinking about money.
For sure.
That's all they think about is money. If you're making no money, it don't make no sense. But you can be talented as world. And that's why I was telling my last guest, and I said this before, like, I don't fault people for having ghostwriters. Because sometimes, not sometimes, it's hard making a good damn song. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's hard. So if you got somebody who's helping you, collaboration effort, I have no problem with that. Because there's some people who can really talented, can really rap, but can't make a good song to say their ass, man. Can't make a song that affects people, that hits people's heart, or make people like, damn, I fuck with that. But if you put them on the 16, you put a beat on, they're ripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know some people, I definitely know a lot of people like that. I really do. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I never fault people like when they So you got ghostwriters and stuff. Yeah. I never fought people like that. I only fought you if you saying you the best. You can't be the best and have a ghostwriter.
Okay, that's a conversation for another day.
You know what I'm saying? That just, you know how I feel, because I just know, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to make a good song when you start seeing people do it and do, because it's a lot of time.
You mean as a rapper?
Or R&B. I mean, R&B, you know, I know it was a time when people say, you know, R&B was there, but I feel like SZA, some more, it's kind of, it's been jumping.
I feel like some of the best.
It's been jumping.
Some of the best artists, like R&B artists, though, didn't. I mean, they maybe didn't have ghostwriters, but they definitely didn't write their own records.
Right.
So I feel like as a rapper, it's a little different, because I feel like if you're a rapper and you claim you're a rapper and it's based off of your experience, then it's like you kind of need to have a lot of input. Even if you weren't the only person that helped, you need to have a lot of it in there to be considered the best for sure. So I think it depends on the genre a little bit. So
and like I said, you just can't be acting like you the best. That's my thing. If you just making music, good music, and you selling, I'm fine with it. But if you start saying I'm the best to ever do it, I do this, and nobody fucking. When you start saying that, I have a problem with that.
I have a problem.
Yeah, that's when I got a problem. Because now. Because I think that disrespectful to the people who do write their own
music, for sure.
So that's just how I feel on that. But yeah, you know, so that's why I feel like, you know, it's more kind of popularity contest, because business, all they think is money.
It's money, yeah.
That's all they think. But yeah, man, so what's one thing you know now you wish you knew before you started making music?
Oh, man, patience. Man,
shit,
my God.
That's a word. Woo. Patience. Woo.
I wish that I would have known, been practicing patience a little bit earlier, just appreciating the process, because that's very hard sometimes. Sometimes we see where we want to go, and because we don't enjoy the process, we don't see all of the things that we've done, still trying to get to where we were trying to get to. And I know I'm super guilty of that. I'm super guilty of just not even just being as grateful as I should for the things that have happened in my life. Because that's not normal. Some of the stuff that I've done is not normal. And I feel like once you kind of reflect on that and really just process that, you just got to show a little bit more gratitude. Be patient with the process. Enjoy the process. And just know that the process is different for everybody.
Absolutely.
And I think that's it, because we try to have roadmaps based off of what everybody else did. And I feel like even what everybody else did ain't really always what they did. Or what looks good isn't always like what actually happened. So that's what I would say, is just enjoy the process. Comparison
is a thief of joy.
Man.
So, and personally, what you say is always important to have an attitude of gratitude. I like to say that too. Because sometimes we get caught up, like you said, of trying to worry about the end goal. We don't see all these W's that we
Yeah, you be missing them, and it's like.
So it's important to be appreciative, because if you don't appreciate this, I know you're gonna appreciate that.
Yeah, and I don't know, like coming from like a biblical standpoint, it's like you can't expect, if I give you the little things, and this is how you act with the little things I give you. What the hell do I look like giving you like big things, and you don't know how to handle the small things. You don't know how to be grateful for the small things, but you want bigger things. So I feel like once that, and that's still something I'm working on. It's not like, oh man, so happy. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, like what is going on? But not for sure. Just attitude of gratitude and just patience and enjoying the process.
I like that, man. So who are some of the people who inspired you?
Like in life, or like musically?
Musically. Okay. It could be in life too, if you want to do that too.
Well, in life, if we start there, shout out to my dad, my pops. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? As a woman, I feel like sometimes fathers don't really overly get as acknowledged.
Say that.
So
I'm gonna clip this up.
No, but shout out to my dad. My dad's been like my biggest supporter. He get on my nerves sometimes, but I love that man. I do love that man to death, and he supported my like dreams. He supported me when I was running. He supported me when I was in school. He's at shows. He shows up at shows. That man had to take a nap. He gotta get his nap in. If it's too late, he'd be like, I gotta get my nap in. But he'll get his nap in and he'll show up to the shows. He'll come through, and he been asking me to be in a music video for a while. That's not happening. today or anytime soon, but not like my dad for sure has been my inspiration and kind of my biggest supporter. Musically, I love Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that.
I really do love her. I love songwriting. I love how like transparent she is in her songwriting. Who else do I like? Musically, man, it depends on it was this era in like the 2000s when it was kind of like a funk era. Like Bruno Mars was on that funk thing, Lizzo was on that funk ride, and even like Beyonce was on that funk ride. And so that musically, that time kind of inspired me to kind of go in directions. That direction with some of my songs. Who else? I enjoy Babyface. I like Lucky Day. I know Lucky Day's kind of new, depending on when you met him.
Right.
So I enjoy Lucky Day. Like Babyface. If you want to throw back some of the some of the older OGs in the game. I like Whitney with her phrasing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to like technically I'm trying to like back in the day I really used to study Dorinda Clark Cole. Man, them Clark sisters be singing. So I used to study her a lot.
So you really a student of the game then?
I try to be the best version of myself musically that I can. So if I need to study a little bit or a lot of it, like I'm gonna study. But like those are the people that I remember. I liked India.Arie growing up, so I used to study her too. Her tone was always great. But like those were people I've studied, people that have inspired me musically and things like that with my sound.
Okay. Biggest motivation, what keeps you going?
I just ain't never been a quitter. Like in anything, I just wasn't, the way I was raised, it just was never to quit. So that's honestly, I'm not even lying to you, like just not quitting. And then I've seen how my music has affected people. I've seen how my experiences that I've shared through my music have like touched people. And like people coming up to me, they don't even know, like they don't know what you're dealing with, don't know what you got going on in your head, but just being like, this song right here, like I didn't know how I was gonna figure it out. I thought I was the only person that was dealing with it, and I didn't know that other people were experiencing that. That really kind of motivates me so a lot. It's just people, like lucky people just really being touched by my music and having like a real effect, being honest about it.
I like that. Dream collaboration. You only get 3 artists.
Lucky Day.
Okay.
I really would like the Lucky Day. I would love to collaborate with Beyonce in some way. Okay. Like even if I'm not on the record, like as a writer, I would like vocal, something like anything. I would love to collaborate with her before. And then it's like my favorite rapper is Jay-Z. It was Jay-Z before. I love Jay-Z, so I would love to do something like. Where it's like a producer and I'm like, it's like a bunch of us on like a collaborative effort type thing. I know this is Stevie Wonder too. Okay. So that's like 3.5, because technically if you combine Jay-Z and Beyonce, like they're one unit. They're married, so they know they're one. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? That's like a good little 3, and you know what I'm saying?
So back to what we were talking about earlier. Your music's been heard on TV, BET Plus, AMC TV, and more, man. Did you ever imagine like your music would travel that far?
It's yes and no. Cause it's like you have visions for yourself, and you have visions of what you know can happen, and what you see, and like your goals and things like that. But it's when it actually happens that you're like, ooh, like it's happening, or like, oh, like stuff is actually coming into fruition, and things that you like manifested or that you seen or that you wrote down as goals. So it's like, yeah, you see it and you believe you can, like it can happen, and you know like what you're like, how talented you are, what you're capable of. When it actually happens, it'd be like, oh, this shit's crazy, or like this is cool. So like it's like a little yes and no.
I like that, man. So how do you want to be remembered when it's all said and done?
I just wanted people to know that like I was honest with them in my music. Everything I've ever written, whether it's like good or bad, like it came from a place of experience, and it came from a place of I've dealt with this, and I just really want to encourage. I want my music to be able to encourage people in some way, and just let people know like they're not by themselves. Like even if it's a sad song, it's like, hey, you're not the only person that's been sad, but I'm good now, or like I'm still here, or like I've been able to push through, and like things are great now, or things are good. So I just feel like I just want people to know that whether it's happy moment, like live in those happy moments, or if it's sad moments, know that happy moments come from sad moments. I don't know if you've seen, quick tangent, I don't know if you've seen Inside Out, cartoon movie, with the emotions. Well, in the movie, I like cartoon movies. In the movie, it showed how this joy moment came from this sad moment. And I feel like sometimes if we don't push through the sad moment, we don't think that it'll ever be a positive or a joy moment. So I just want people to know, if you're out there, like push through your not so great moments, because like happiness and joy and like peace and like a sound mind is on the other side. And you know, you get to tell somebody and encourage somebody else. So that's what I would like to leave.
That's deep. So basically, music's your therapy.
Yeah.
So
I do suggest people get real therapy though. But if you need it, get you real therapy.
Because
but
this podcast is my therapy.
For sure.
Like when I be going through stuff, like when I'm feeling some type of way about stuff, like I express it on the podcast. Like I have somebody on here, and it's crazy how it works, because when I'm feeling some type of way about something, and I am interviewing somebody, it's like the conversation, how I'm feeling, the conversation always leads to how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Like it always leads to that, to where I can say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how that shit works. It really is. But it works like that. And this is my therapy. This is how I get out, because for me coming up, man, I'm so used to keeping things inward.
Yeah.
Everything in. Not expressing myself, just keeping myself in, because I had to be strong for everybody else.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was so for now that I'm at this age of my life now, just this podcast just about giving back. You know, giving out knowledge, but I still be going through things, and I come in here and I say it. You know, that's just what it is. But so that's why I asked with like your music of therapy, because this podcast is really my therapy. You know,
my last project got me through a breakup, and it really did, because like I had to. I remember people like, I got a session, like I gotta get up. Like I done paid, because I ain't finna waste my money now. Right. But like I gotta get up, I gotta go to the session. Like I gotta look presentable. Like I gotta get dressed. I gotta do that. And that was kind of just what kept my mind like focused. Even though I was writing about what I was dealing with, it kept me rooted and kind of grounded. So like for sure, like music really kind of it does that for me. It is therapy for sure.
I like that for sure. So if you can go back in time, what would you tell your past self?
That's so hard. In the reality, what I be telling myself now, that when I go to like, dang, I wish while I was at school, even though I was running, I wish I would have networked more. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I was the student athlete, and it's like I knew I loved music, but just the way track was working, it was just taking up so much time, and it was just very tedious. But it's like I wish that I would have just taken more time to go across the tracks, to talk to more people that did music, to talk to I wish I would have did that, because I'm not saying that it would have, like, you know, my process is my process and my journey is my journey. So I'm at where I'm at now. But now I'm thinking like, man, I know like it's a couple people that was across the track the same time I was at school, that if I would have just maybe stepped outside of my comfort zone a little bit, like maybe that connection would have been made. But now I'm making it now. But it's like maybe it would have looked different making it now than making it back when we were in college and things like that. So I'm just like, I just would have told myself to be a little bit more uncomfortable, honestly. Like talk to more people, network. And also just say you're an artist. Because that's telling people you're an artist is like so taboo, low key. It is. Why? It's because like, can I say niggas?
You can say
okay, I'm just making sure. Because niggas don't take being an artist seriously. Or they don't think that that's a real job, or they don't think that that's a real thing until you're like, or that you can't really make a living off of music until you're like a Beyonce, or until you're this. And I'm like, so it's nerve-wracking a little bit being like, well, hey, like, I'm an artist, and it's just like you are artist, and it's like the judgment and things like now I don't care, but it's like then like I was so concerned about what my family would think about me wanting to be an artist. It's like, yeah, I got my master's, but I don't want to use my master's because I want to do music, and it's like, are just my peers that were athletes that don't understand. You know, people love music, but do you understand music? You know what I'm saying? So like some of my athletic friends that didn't really understand like what that look like, and it was just kind of hard to talk. And I had some friends that that I would like do music with and vibe with, but just like having like an understanding, I just did not want to be like, yeah, I'm an artist, or like, yeah, I'm an artist, I'm doing music, I'm finna make a living doing music, and that just does not connect well with people.
So how did you get over that then?
Lucky, my friends would be like, my friends and my dad would be like, yeah, she's a dope artist. Like honestly, and I'd be like, I'm kind of. They're like, no, she's a dope artist, or like, yeah, she does this. You should listen to this, or this is where she. And it's honestly like them being like, put yourself out there. Honestly, because if it wasn't for them, I probably still would be like, yeah, you know, I got my degrees in this, or I use my degree when I do this, versus just being like, I'm an artist. So honestly, it was people introducing me like that and really kind of bragging on the kid that was kind of put me in that position to be like, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a writer. That's what I do.
So you really got your confidence for other people.
That doesn't sound good when you say it
nah,
like that.
No. The reason I'm making a point because that happened to me too.
Yeah.
Like for me, you know what I'm saying? Come on, high school, man. It was rough for me in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was rough. No, you know, I was always a cool kid, but I was to myself, but I didn't have all the fancy clothes.
Yeah.
It was rough, and I come from a single mom household. You know, we always move from place to place. So, but you know, as kids, you know what I'm saying, they don't know that. They don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? In high school, your mindset is who's the freshest, who's the cleanest, and it's about being popular. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was rough. You know what I'm saying? It was rough. So for me, making out of that, you know, and going to somewhere else. That's why when I went to college, I went 3 hours away because I wanted to go somewhere to where people did not know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you meeting me as me.
As you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got to college, and just talking to people and talking to females, you know, doing my thing, and they just be like, bro, you know, you really that dude. You know what I'm saying? You say things.
You said it, I was doing my thing.
Yeah. They was like, you really that guy? I was like, nah. I was like, nah. Like,
come on, man.
You know, I felt like, nah. You know, I like appreciate it, but it's like it took a bunch of people to really say that. Then I'm like, damn. So then I had to take a look back and realize that some shit I say and hear other people, you know, conversation how they talk. I'm like, maybe I am really different. My mentality, the way I think is different than other people. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take a step back, like, okay, I'm really in there. I need to step into it. Let me stop, you know, trying to fall back. Yeah, let me step into it. But like I said, that came from my background because I wasn't a popular kid at school. Yeah. I wasn't. You know, I was cool with a lot of people, but in the day,
that'd be it. I was cool with people.
So now I'm doing this. I guarantee the people that I was cool with is probably looking at me like, damn, this nigga doing his thing. You didn't see it. But what I always tell people is the wisest people in the world are the people who went through the most shit. That's the wisest people in the world. Yeah. They write books about it. They give their testimony about it. You hear it all the time. That's the wisest people in the world who've been through the most shit in life.
Most stuff. And come out of it in a good way. Come out in a good way.
Yeah, for sure. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Man, I just see myself a lot of traveling, a lot of touring, a lot of touring, just in studios with even more phenomenal artists, like artists that I listened to on my phone, artists that I didn't imagine myself working with or didn't know how I was gonna work with them. Cause that'd be it. It'd be how, like, how would I meet? You know, how would you end up in rooms with people? So I see myself in rooms with people. I wouldn't even understand how I ended up there. Peace, man. I see myself being in like a not mastering, but trying to master being at peace. that's the thing in itself. I feel like once you're at peace with what's going on, stuff just kind of come to you.
Yeah.
And you know that you don't even expect to fall on you. I just see myself in a peaceful, joyous space. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to have me some children, a little, a husband or something like that. Nice, house. You know what I'm saying? All of those things. But for me, like, I just be in a space of like peace and just gratitude.
I like that, man. Woo. You saying some good shit, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We're gonna get out here with quick hitters, man. What's your favorite thing to do?
Get piercings. I enjoy it.
I wasn't expecting that.
I like piercings. I like a lot of stuff though. It's a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be quick. So sorry, I didn't throw you.
Dream car.
Maybach.
Okay, I like that. Have you ever ghosted someone or has someone ghosted you?
Both of them.
Damn.
Both of them.
What's your pet peeve?
I can't stand a lying ass nigga. And that goes for people. I feel like when I say nigga, they just think I'm talking about men. I'm talking about women too. I can't stand because sometimes it be so I can't stand it when it's unnecessary. Like I just asked you, did you send a text message? Yeah. You did, and it's okay. You don't gotta lie. I can't stand when people lie. That's it. I'm sorry. Woo, I can't stand it. I don't be understanding. What's the reason? Why? I don't understand.
So do you like your man obsessed with you?
To an extent, because if he too obsessed with me, then what he got going on? I want him to love me, and I want him, but I can't. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you under me 25-8, like what am I doing, and what are you doing? So like, in a healthy way, for sure. Oh God.
What's next for you, man?
Well, man, dropping some new music, and I got a show coming up February 10th called It's Happening with my business partner and another dope artist, Maya Dyson. This is our third show that we've been doing this, and it gets better and better every time. We got some other dope artists that are going to be performing with us. We got Ola and Solomon opening up for us, and we love that. And then we got new music dropping March 31st. Okay. So please be on. It's been 4 years, y'all. So it's time. It's been a long time. So I'm excited about that. Honestly, just dropping new music this year and this upcoming show next week.
I like that, man. It has definitely been a pleasure having you on this podcast, man. You said something earlier about, artists. You used to be scared to say you're an artist or whatnot because, people are, you may be out saying this. That's why I create this platform for the upcoming acts. You know what I'm saying? Because people only care about you once you reach a certain status. But they don't realize that it's beauty in the struggle, and these people are actively in the fields that can give you game and give you knowledge. A lot of us, people only tend to listen to people who are successful. And it's not entirely a bad thing, but it's not always a good thing either. Because anybody can teach you something. I hate that we so close-minded sometimes and we just annoy people because, you're not a billionaire or you're not this, but you're in this field. You're active in the studio, you're actively doing shows. So you're more knowledgeable than somebody who is not doing it. Yeah. So you can tell somebody what to expect, what to do this, what you need to do, what I messed up at. We can all help each other. And I hate that people try to discredit you because you're not famous. So that's why I created this platform, let you know that you're important here and you're recognized here.
I appreciate you for even having me. I don't even know how, I don't even remember how we ended up communicating, but I was like, yes.
I don't know. I think I seen you on a page or something. I forgot.
And you thought little old me.
It's more when I get people on here, it's a spirit thing. So like when I'm trying to get my guests, like if my spirit tells me to get them, I get them. You know what I'm saying?
That mean my spirit, right? It's in the right direction. It's in the right direction. So I appreciate you having me for sure.
Absolutely, man. You can always come up here anytime you want. Whenever you want to promote something, you want something out there, you can always. we can help each other, man. There's enough room at the table for all of us to
That absolutely.
So
There's enough money for everybody.
I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you giving me your time. I know you're out here doing your thing, man. I just want you to know you appreciate it, and somebody's noticing you.
Oh man, thank you.
Okay, somebody's noticing you, whether you see it or sometimes you forget that you in doubt. Somebody's watching.
Thank you.
Somebody's watching, and that's all the most important thing. You keep singing your heart out and make sure that people feel it. That's real.
I appreciate that.
When people feel your music, that shit real. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you keep singing it, because when I heard your music, I was like, man, this girl can really sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can really blow. I listened to her about a few times. I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay. So it's like, because for me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hard critic. I really am. People get mad at me all the time, but it's hard to really impress me or for me to be like, okay, because everybody sounds the same for me. I just get tired of the same shit. But when you hear something different and unique about this girl got it.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So man, I encourage you to keep going, keep sharing the message. And if they don't hear you now, they gonna hear your ass eventually.
Yeah.
Some people don't catch on until.
So everybody catch on.
Everybody else catch on.
Some people don't catch on, so everybody catch on.
Exactly. You got followers, man. Everybody ain't natural born leaders. So that's my mission to you. And how can we find you on social media?
Well, y'all can find me on social media. All my social media is JANDE LOVE, the number 1. So JANDE LOVE 1. You can find me on all social media. That's IG, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, it's JANDE, like all that good stuff.
I like that, man. And that wraps it up, man, for another episode of Put You On Game.